What's up, everybody? Coming to you again from the project house. You'll see we got some plastic on the windows over here because we're fancy. It's winter time and we're trying to stay warm while we're working, but you can't work all the time. You gotta have some play. So, I got this side project I want to introduce you to. If you don't know already, just by looking at it, I'm going to give you another second or two. What is this? What is this thing? For those who haven't figured it out, this is actually an arcade machine. And no, it's not the one you played 20, 30 years ago. It's really a newer computer that's going to pretend like it's an arcade machine. And we're building an interface, the wood, the joysticks, the buttons. We're building an interface to make it feel like you're still in an arcade environment. But really, it's a computer from, the last few years, and it can play thousands of games. And hopefully the emulation is good enough that it feels like it did when you were a kid. But we're basically going to customize this so that it engages you as soon as you see it. And, simple emulation can be really, really fun if you're really into it. And so something as simple as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back in the day. How cool was that? You and three friends, you got all the quarters in the world like weighing your pockets down, and you're just pumping them in this machine. Well, you can play that at home now. And this machine, as I said, it's got the joysticks and buttons here. It's obviously a two-player, but you can customize this. You can get a single-player one. When you order these parts, they just come in a flat pack. It's just all the laser-cut wood pieces, and you assemble it yourself. But what I'm going to do is take it one step further. We're going to put USB ports on the front, so this can actually be 3 and 4 player. So it really is like when you were a kid. You really can play 4-player Ninja Turtles and Simpsons and the X-Men game. I mean, why would you not want this? How is this not the greatest thing that's ever happened? So we're going to put this right up front. We're going to get some really cool Eclipse buttons to put in the top. I've already ordered them. If you don't know what Eclipse buttons are, just hold your breath for a second. Here's the image. How cool is that? Those look so awesome. My understanding is that that's a pretty recent feature in the industry. What you usually get is something like this. These are Seimitsu brand buttons, which is a very good brand. It's one of 3 brands you'll really hear in this industry. Relatively commercial grade stuff. It's still plastic. So there's nothing special to it, but these are good switches. This is the stuff I ordered because, as I mentioned, I recently got into this hobby. I've never built anything, and those parts are not going in here. I previously purchased these so that I could build a single-player gamepad out of black walnut, and then just USB to my computer, and just test this out with my laptop to see if the emulation's good enough to really make me want to do a big setup, bigger than this. I was going to do 4-player, just a huge console. You and your friends, you all have drink holders. It's built into a mid-century looking piece of furniture so that it actually fits into my house really nice. But I don't want to do all that if I don't really like the gaming that much. So it was great that I found this project. And this guy sold me this whole setup for $100. Just so you know, when you order just the laser cut wood, it's about $140 off Etsy. And yeah, you can customize it, but this is exactly how I would have ordered it anyway. 2-player setup. 3/4-inch wood. It is plywood, not MDF, which I do prefer. But what really is amazing about this and the deal I got, he didn't use a Raspberry Pi like a lot of people, which is a very capable project board you can get for a good buy. He actually has a mini HP computer that he had dedicated to this project, and he included it with the monitor and everything, all for $100. So, yeah, I bought those parts to make a gamepad for 1 player, and I'm still going to do it, but this is awesome, and that's a really good head start. And so we're going to deck this thing out light in the marquee. It's going to be Zelda themed, and yeah, Zelda's not an arcade game, but anyone from my generation recognizes Zelda immediately. It'll be a big, big smiles event every time somebody comes in the room. Also keep in mind, this thing does have an HDMI output, so you could just put this on your coffee table if you have 4 people, and just use it like a gaming console and output to your TV. You and your friends are spread out comfortably across your living room, and you're playing your favorite arcade games from when you were a kid. What's better than that? I'll put this in the back. It's not really required for anything I'm doing, but why wouldn't you? It was like, I don't know, $6, $7. And it allows somebody to add something, because again, this is a full computer. You're eventually going to want to have something that you stick in there that you didn't think about in the first place. Speaking of that, I have not received it yet, but I just ordered a mini keyboard and mouse setup. It's wireless, battery powered. You just hold it like a cell phone and you just text on it. Like, you know, if you're old enough to remember phones with sliding full keyboards, it's essentially that with a trackpad. It's rechargeable and it can be used to interface with the Windows system when you're not, you know, really into front end software that looks like an arcade machine. So you can still use this as a computer. You can check your email or play whatever. It's a computer. And if you just add that simple, I think it was $11 interface with the wireless system, it really takes it to a new place. We're going to really deck it out. We're going to add some really nice 50-watt speakers. Don't give me any crap because it's Boss. I know. But look, our mounting depth limited to 3 inches. This is a 4-inch speaker, so you're really limited to the dimensions that you can fit in there. And these speakers are only like $8 a piece, so these are a good buy. And someone else already used it in their arcade build, and he said the sound was excellent. To power them, I've got this amplifier. It'll use a laptop power supply at 19 volts. It has variable input from 9 to 24 volts. And depending on the voltage you feed it, that dictates the power that comes out of it. It has USB interface for a thumb drive. That's the primary connection. If nothing's there, it defaults to auxiliary in with the headphone jack. And if that's not connected, it defaults to Bluetooth. So you can actually use this to play, you know, right off your phone. You can be cleaning your house, whatever, detailing your car, whatever, and this thing's blasting, you know, 50 watts of your favorite music right off your phone. So this is going to be awesome, and it's got a really nice volume knob right on the front of it. So this is a nice feature, I think, and it was only like $16. It comes in a few pieces and you screw it together, but it's pretty simple. Don't forget to put the heatsink on the amplifier chip. That's a big one. This will be the power supply for the entire unit, the power strip, I should say. It's got a switch on here. It does have USB on here. Obviously, this is not some kind of data connection, just a 5-volt power supply. But that's great, because I have a USB light strip that's going to go up here behind our graphic. It's really going to make that marquee pop. The light strip I got actually has 3 different colors. It can be like a yellowish, warm kind of thing. It can be really hyper white, or I don't remember what the third color is, but essentially you can change the color to match the specific graphic that you've chosen to go up here so that it best outfits the machine to look the way you want it to look using the graphics you've chosen. So I'm actually really excited about that, and having this particular power strip is going to make that possible. And of course, many power strips have USB. You're also going to want one that has mounting screw holes, so look for that. I'll have links for all this stuff in the description. Tmolding. Tmolding is the rubber molding that goes on the edge of your really crappy 80s and 90s furniture, and also on arcade machines. And you might be thinking like, I think I know what you're talking about, but why is it called Tmolding? It's because while you see the portion of it going left and right, which makes up like 2 legs of it, there's a third one going right into the wood, and it's shaped just like a T. And that means that in order to apply it, you have to make a groove in the wood and meet just right in the middle, perfectly in the middle, and you need to do it all the way on every surface that you intend to put Tmolding on. So you will need this tool. You want to look at the Tmolding that you purchase, and you want to make sure that you get the bit that has the right thickness for the Tmolding that you're buying. I purchased from Tmolding.com. They were very reasonably priced. I think it was $10 for a 20-foot section, and that's the minimum you can order. Also, at Tmolding.com, you can get the tool that I just showed you, but it's sold in 2 separate pieces, and it kind of adds up. I got that one on Amazon for $17, I think. I'll include the link. And also at Tmolding, they sold the Eclipse buttons to go up here for $3 a piece, which is really an exceptional value considering that, you know, it's COVID Christmas right now. You can't get anything in the mail and nothing is coming overseas. So the fact that they had these switches in stock and they look like a really nice quality for $3 each, I'm actually really excited about that. So go check out Tmolding.com. They've got a good selection of colors. I chose a lime green because I'm actually going to put lime green on the edges and then have a Zelda theme. So it's going to be really cool. And I can't wait to get it started on this thing. The first thing I'm going to do, though, is probably try to fix some of these damaged areas. Like right here, there's a whole layer of plywood missing where somebody nicked it. It's real scratched up over there. If you take this out, someone's gouged the wood with this corner, just going in and out a whole bunch of times, being too rough with it. So I'm probably going to clean it up. But I hope you're excited about it, and I'll show you how to do this yourself. You can add as many features as you want. You can think of things that I didn't think of. You can build it however you like. That's what's really cool about these, and they will play so many games you'll never run out. So if you have your own, or if you just have an idea for one you want to build yourself, go ahead and add a link or add a description in the comments, and let me know what you think about this. This one will be for sale when I finish it. So if you like Zelda, you like my concept of Eclipse buttons, you want to have a Windows computer, you want the USB expansion, you want the Bluetooth expansion, this is going to be a nice piece. So shoot me an offer if you're interested as you watch the videos go along. I hope you like the build quality, and let's get excited.